Morning!
Morning!
I can't look at you, I've got to look out there.
Yeah, keep your eye on the road.
Because we're in Jeep!
Jeep!
7 E's, by the way. Everybody keeps saying, what are you calling your Jeep? And that's what it's called Jeep! Hello, good morning, and welcome to the A9 on the northeast coast of Highland, Scotland. It's part of the NC 500, the North Coast 500 route. And just on our left-hand side, is Glen Lough. You remember that's where we started the vlog from last week.
Beautiful place.
It is really nice, and there's a small river called Burn. It's called Lough Burn, and it runs through Glen Lough. It goes under the A9 where we are now. It goes under the Far North Railway under a lovely bridge. Remember we showed you that last week as well. And it flows out at Loughbig Point into the North Sea. And there's something a bit special about Loughbig Point because there's a beach there called Crackegg Beach.
Your favourite beach.
And it is my favourite beach. You can probably guess why. But that's not why we go in today.
No.
We'll tell you why in a sec.
Colin.
And here we are
On Crackegg Beach.
Crackegg Beach, which is near Helmsdale on the northeast coast of Scotland in Sutherland. Now, it's very, very quiet here.
It's cold today as well.
And it is a bit chilly. It is a designated nudist beach, which is why it's one of my particular favourites.
Yeah.
And it's not far from where we live, and it's the furthest north nudist beach on mainland Britain.
And it's cold.
And it is quite chilly, which is why we've got, well, one of the reasons why we've got clothes on, because there's a chilly easterly wind coming off the chilly North Sea. It's about 10 degrees, and we know you wouldn't appreciate, like, the kind of buff theme.
You don't want to see me.
I get comments, you know.
Do you?
Yeah. We'll leave that there, shall we? So why have we brought you to Crackegg Beach? Well, it's not to show you me crack egg.
You can't say that.
I've been waiting to say that for months. As some of you know, I've not been right on it lately, have I?
No, you haven't.
And there was a rumour circulating on social media that I'd died.
Really? I didn't see that. It's a good job I didn't
I'm
see that.
Still here. Oh, this is a bloody good body double. Have you noticed so? Would you know if I were a body double?
Yes.
Apart from like down there, would you know just by looking at me?
Yeah, because there's nobody as crazy as you.
And so moving on. Yeah, there's a rumour that I've not been quite, and I was talking about it on social media. I always knew that one day my anxiety would kill me, or
try and kill him,
or come blooming close to killing me, and I think it just did. About 5 weeks ago, when we were filming the sheep vlog, the lambing vlog, that all looks like it was filmed in one day, wasn't it?
A week.
Try a week. On the first day of filming it, I collapsed. Literally just felt the energy draining away from me, managed to hand the camera over to somebody, and I was flat out on the deck in the middle of a dirty sheep field with sheep poop everywhere. I found some in my pocket. And no, I did when I was washing it, and yeah.
No.
And I came round about 5 minutes later, not knowing what was going on. Sean took me home and I was a bit out of it and ended up in hospital in Inverness. And I literally thought I was dying. I made the mistake of Googling the symptoms.
He's barred from Google.
My doctor has actually barred me from Google. If they could block it off my internet, they would, wouldn't they? But yeah, I made the mistake of Googling symptoms. And long story short, I was convinced I was dying. I do suffer with health anxiety, so I am always worrying, as well as everything else that's going on in my life.
Yes.
I do worry about my health, and that's not a good thing. And so I've literally convinced myself that I was dying to the point where I was developing the symptoms to suit the condition I was convinced I had. Now that makes me sound crazy, and I feel a bit embarrassed talking about it. And the only reason I'm talking about it is because I know that other people suffer it.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't, and you think I'm balmy and you want to have a go, then fine, go ahead. Because
you just get blocked.
Because stop being rude to people. But I'm kind of recording this because I want to reach out, because I know there are people, and I've spoken to a few since it happened, that kind of have to deal with the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, we're 5 weeks on, and all the tests, and I had a lot of tests. My doctor was getting pretty annoyed with this. Like, Colin, there's no more tests we can do.
They even tested him for trench foot.
And which I had. Yeah, I told you I should have got some athlete's foot cream when I had the chance. No, I haven't got trench
No,
foot.
he hasn't.
I have got really nice feet. Do you want to see them?
No.
And so all the tests have been coming back over the last couple of weeks saying you're okay. In fact, Colin, these results are saying you're actually very, very healthy.
Fit as a fiddle for a 50-year-old.
But I wanted to talk about health anxiety because it just goes to prove, I mean, I'm an intelligent man. I am. Shut up. And the problem with being high-functioning autistic like me, and like a lot of people, is that you kind of tread in a fine line because when you say the word autism, people think learning difficulties because
That's wrong.
They see one extreme side of autism. But then there's another group of people who think, well, you keep going on about you've got a really high IQ. I have. So if you've got a high IQ and you're intelligent, why do you let yourself suffer from anxiety? Because surely you can see things as they are and be practical and logical about things. Well, that's too much because...
It's a fight between autism and logic.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, too late, is I think I'm fine. I'm waiting for one test, which apparently is going to come back negative.
Doctor's 99.9% sure.
Of course, I'm focusing on the 0.1% now, aren't I? And yeah, I always knew it would kill me, but I didn't think it would be like that. I thought I knew that it would come. And it just goes to show how crazy your mind can be and you can convince yourself of anything, doesn't it? And it's weird, right? Sorry, I'm distracted. We've just got to go and get Otis. He's just going a bit mad. Sorry about that. We've got him under control now. Anxiety is weird. And I think if you don't suffer from it or understand it, it's difficult to understand what other people are going through. And I've been trying to think of analogies. Sean doesn't even know what that means. Do you?
Allergy?
No.
It means you're allergic.
Yeah, see what I mean? Analogies. And I thought, well, go back to the canal day. So if you imagine how a breach in a canal starts, where you've got the water in the canal, which is your mind, okay, and all your thoughts flowing along in the canal very nicely. And then you get this little breach, which
Suddenly
just
gives way.
starts off as a little trickle that breaks through the soil and water starts trickling away. And anxiety can be a bit like that because your thoughts are being distracted and they're kind of getting away. And then when you start concentrating too much on the thoughts, the breach gets bigger, so more water starts to escape. And then eventually what happens is that the breach gets so big that all of your thoughts are kind of swept and drained away and you can't think properly because instead of going forward with the flow, everything is being concentrated into these anxieties and these worries and you're not even able to think properly if you wanted to because it's all just been swept away.
That's a good allergy.
It is, isn't it? Like hay fever, you want some antihistamines for it, don't you? And the crazy thing is I'm actually conscious that this is a waste of time. I know it's a waste of time, but do you remember a couple of weeks ago when I was pretending to ride that rocking horse, that horse on a stick? Do you remember that?
Yes.
You do it, and it's a little bit like that. What?
Nothing.
It is because it's like riding the horse on a stick. It's something to do, but when you look back on it, you feel a bit daft. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And it doesn't really get you anywhere, does it? You need a real horse, not a horse on a stick. Getting quite used to that. It feels quite good. It feels better when I squat and do it like that. What? Otis was getting a bit mad on the beach, so we've come back up the hill a little bit and put Otis in you can probably see him just staring over there. Look. Otis!
He's not happy that he's back in the car.
He's not talking to us now. One of the worst things when you have anxiety is that more often than not, if you've got a partner who doesn't understand anxiety, care but don't understand it, it's the effect it has on them. And the feeling of guilt, and it can cause more stress and more worry because you're then worried about the impact you're having on your partner or your family or anybody else that's caring for you, if you're lucky enough to have somebody to care for you. And I know I'm putting you on the spot because we haven't talked about it, but how does it feel?
Oh, to the point where you don't want to function. Where you just want to sit there and do nothing. It's so stressful.
I was 100% convinced I was going to die. And Sean wasn't worried that I was going to die at all.
Not at all.
He was worried about what was going on in there. But I wasn't worried about what was going on in there. And that's a weird thing.
Because he should have been.
To get your head around. So anyway, 4 weeks after it all started, all the test results were coming back and saying I was fine. And that started to make me feel a little bit better. But I think, like a lot of electrical products, if something isn't right or there's a bit defective, what do you do to fix it?
Go back.
You switch it off and then switch it back on
I see
again.
what you mean, yeah.
And most of the time that works. Now, Sean's quite good at turning me on and then off. No, I don't mean that like that, do I?
Rephrase that.
Shall I rephrase that? Sean's quite good at being able to reset me. And the Crick Boat Show was last weekend and we weren't planning on going.
Not at all.
It's a long drive, it's a 10-hour drive from where we live in Scotland down to Crick. But we decided to do it at the last minute. We got some tickets and we took Otis and we got somewhere to stay and we went down to Crick. And that was like the reset, wasn't it? That was like switching me off and then switching me back on again when we got back. And I actually feel all right now. Still a bit, but I think I always will be.
He'll always be a bit.
Yeah. And we've got all these adventures now to do over the summer, which is really going to distract me. We've got the new Foxes Afloat 2023 calendar coming out in about a week or so, I think. If you're a Patreon or a YouTube member, you can actually pre-order those now, but we're releasing them for like public pre-orders in a week or so, I think. And we've also, just last week, released our 200th vlog. Wow! So we're going to have a little celebratory live chat tomorrow, if you're watching this on the Friday it's released.
I've got to buy some gin.
On the 11th of June at 7 o'clock. So join us for that live chat if you're about. We're inviting a lot of people to tell us their favourite clips from the vlogs, and we're going to play the messages, the video messages. We're going to play the favourite clips, and we're just going to have a bit of a laugh. And Sean's bringing gin.
I'm not allowed wine.
Right, Otis is looking... really, I don't know if you can actually see him through the window.
He's giving us a death stare.
He knows how to manipulate you with the eyes. He does. So we're gonna take him out for a walk again. We hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, and give the old dangly bell.
Can you see it?
And YouTube will notify you every time we release a new vlog. If you want to help support the channel, join as a YouTube member or on Patreon. There's a link up above her head. Yep. And we'll see you either tomorrow for the live chat or we'll see you next week. Take care, bye.
Ta-ra.